We've updated the way we display and deal with electron density maps in the latest version of ULIX 2. It's out in the alpha at the moment and soon will be out for all versions. Here's a little view how it works. So we've got our structure here. We head over to Tools and the map tool is here. We don't show a map at the moment, so we can click on this map button here. That's the electron density map, difference map at a resolution of 0.1 angstroms, and here we go, there's the map. We can center the structure by right-clicking on the atom and go center, so it's now centered on that atom, and we can move the molecule through that, and you can see how that moves live, updates the map. So there's a number of new tools here. So for starters, you can choose the colors you want. So this is a 2-color scheme, and you can set the colors here. You go edit style, and the positive surface, let's say you want this a bit of a shinier green, you can select that here. And the diffuse font, let's make that also a shinier green. And once you've done that, you have changed the color. We have a 3-color scheme, which is the same colors as before, but it now passes through white. And what is new in these maps now, we have got the 5-color scheme and also a 7-color scheme. Now, displayed here is the minimum value in the map overall and the maximum value, and these numbers are calculated automatically. So you do have a lot of control now. You can use that slider to show fewer and more contours, but you can also affect the or influence the step. So if it's 0, as it's showing it or was showing at the moment, it's automatic, and now we have this set the step to 0.05. And we are starting from the starting value of minus 0.4, which is the minimum. So now these numbers become more sort of clean cut. And you can change the number of levels you get, and that will extend the range of the map you've got. So the reason why we've got this is if you want to compare 2 different structures, you might want to have the same absolute scale, and now you have the tools to do that. We have the depth value here, where you can move the molecule through the structure, so you can see how that moves through the structure and how the molecule disappears behind the structure. And we also have the size, so you can change the size of the map, and of course the smaller you make it, the higher quality you will get here. And I think you can get some rather nice sort of pictures with bits of the molecules sort of standing out on the outside, and draw them up this way. This map here is movable with Shift and the left mouse. You can drag that wherever you want. There's a little display here which is a bit gray. I think we need to change that. You can, it just shows you where the plane center is. You can right click and hide that. And equally you can hide this here if you want it with a right click. Now if you want to align something here, the way to do this is you select, let's say, 3 atoms you want to have a plane and the mean plane calculation, and you just click on this depth button here, and that aligns those 3 atoms and it shows you the plane that is actually calculated. So these atoms are now actually in the plane, right in the plane of the electron density map that's shown. So you probably want to hide this plane here, so you just click delete on the plane and it's gone. So it's just to remind you what you're actually looking at. Of course, then there is further on so these maps here, plane, contour, contour plane, these are the 2D maps like what I'm showing right now, and then we also have the 3D maps, and these are shown at a particular level, and that level is calculated automatically and should have been displayed here. Let me see why this doesn't display. So this should be the 3 sigma level, and you can change that level. So in this case, it's now showing you the positive and negative values. And if you go to the other side, you will see only the holes, the electron density, the positive values. There is a change in the color of this grid, which is something that you need to keep in mind. Of course, here's the point display as well. I think that can look rather nice when you have a bigger, more information on that map. So these 3D maps are kind of interesting because it's sometimes not so clear what they actually really show and what they mean. But it is clearly a very, very useful tool if you want to look at the surface or the wire and you look at the sort of default level that you get, you can sort of spot quite clearly what is going on in a structure here. So you see these the electron density on the bonds quite clearly, and you see the diffraction ripples of the metal and so on. So this is really quite a useful tool from that point of view. Okay, let's just go over to another structure. Let's look at sucrose and do the same thing. So we head over to tools, we click on maps again. So this shows you the sort of default map level here, and this is quite clear. The sucrose is actually wrong, so you now can very clearly see that this hydrogen here is wrong. There is a red bit here, so there shouldn't be electron density, and there's two green bits because that's actually what's happening. So we delete this here and we go HAdd on this one, and it of course automatically puts that density in here. Okay, I think this was a little introduction into how maps work and how they're going to work in the future, and any suggestions would be very welcome. Thank you for using OLX 2.